Hello and welcome to Homer for Wednesday, June 4th, 2025. Today is a very special day for the Homer YouTube channel. Today we begin Book 11. And if you know anything about the structure of the Iliad, you know that Book 11 is the longest book, not by lines, but rather by plot. So the day that begins in Book 11 is going to last until book 18. Very, very long book. Anyway, so with that, we begin with some Dawn. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy these lines 1 through 14 of Book 11 of the Iliad. And now as Dawn rose from her couch beside Tithonus, harbinger of light alike to mortals and immortals, Zeus sent fierce discord with the ensign of war in her hands to the ships of the Achaeans. She took her stand by the huge black hull of Odysseus' ship, which was middlemost of all, so that her voice might carry farthest on either side, on the one hand towards the tents of Ajax, son of Telamon, and on the other towards those of Achilles. For these two heroes, well assured of their own strength, had valorously drawn up their ships at the two ends of the line. There she took her stand, and raised a cry both loud and shrill that filled the Achaeans with courage, giving them heart to fight resolutely and with all their might, so that they had rather stay there and do battle than go home in their ships. Excellent. Let us sing it. Eos teklekeon parago tito noio. Shoot. Eos teklekeon paragao tito noio. Onothinathana toisi pohos pero ede protoisi. Stau steady da proia letoa sepinea sakraion. Argalen polemoia teras metakersi nekuson. Stede podusaus megakete ine imelaine. Heiren messatoieske gegone menam voterosei. Emen abaiantos clisias telemonia dao. Ede pakileios toi chrescataneas eisas. Erusanen ore pisunoi kai carte keron. Entas tas eus etea megate dei nonte. Orthica kai oisin de megaste nosembal hekastoi. Kai die alecton polemisten ede makestai. Toisita fa polemos glucion genete enestai. En nausi clapure sipilenes patrida gaion. Amazing. So, lots of people think to themselves, what's going on? What's going on with the order here, right? Toisita fa polemos glucion genete enestai, right? They're going to stay, right? And they'd rather do that than go to their beloved homeland, right? So where are the boats? What is the order of the boats? Let's start out with a little catalog. Let's go meta Iliadic here and say, do we know anything about the ships, right? So Odysseus megakete nei melaine stede podusaus megakete, herren messatoieske gegon nominam fotorose. Excuse me. So Odysseus' ship is middlemost of all, right? And then Ajax, son of Telamon, Iontos Clisias Telamoniado, and also ed Achilleios, right, to Achilles. These are toi rescatane asaisas, right? They are the farthest of all. So basically, Achilles and Ajax's ships are far away, and strife, right, or the discord, I think, as it's erida, right, as it's spelled here in the Greek, She is in the middle, so she's on Odysseus' ships. Basically, these ships are arranged in a consistent order throughout the Iliad. And you can kind of get a sense of what that order is if you look at it over time. I see it as, here in my resource, it goes Ajax, Idomeneus, Menelaus, Agamemnon, Nestor, Odysseus, Eurypylus, Diomedes, Aias, of Oileus, Meges, Menestheus, Paracas, Achilleus, right? So Aias of Telamon, Telamonian Aias first, and then the second Aias later on. But it basically this doesn't change, and I think that's very fascinating. It's another thing that sort of ties in the books, and it also helps us think about the determination of these warriors of this day, right? So we're starting off by saying, here's the array of ships, and here are the heroes that are in them, right? It might have been in the listener's mind that this order was still there, and very, very notably, right, they're not going to go back to their homeland. They're going to stay and fight. Excited to see the result of that. Tomorrow we will talk about the arming of Agamemnon, and also and how beautiful that can be and how those scenes go. But for now, it seems clear that since Book 8, which is our last fighting book, so in Books 9 and 10, the resolution has been to stay and fight. Fantastic. I personally am looking forward to hearing what happens. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care. Bye.